Sound! Right, in this video we're going to add sound to our chicken, so when it jumps it makes a sound, and we're also going to add like background music to play during the game then. But first things first, I'm actually going to get rid of this platform from the previous tutorial, and when I delete it from here then it should delete it from up here on the left hand side, and vice versa. If I delete it from there then it should delete here. So if I just press delete you'll see it disappears. Now, the sound files, I've actually gone and downloaded some. You could record your own if you really wanted to, but you need to bring the sound files in or the audio clips in by importing a new asset. And I'm bringing in background music, and I'm also bringing in jumping. And hopefully they won't take too long to import. Hopefully, fingers crossed, within a matter of seconds. I feel like I need to do a drum roll. They shouldn't really take this long, it's just my PC's trash. I say PC, it's my laptop. And there we go. So they've appeared. So jumping is down here, background music is there. And as you can see, when you've got them selected down here in the assets, then there are certain things you can play around with on here as well. Looking at it, I don't think there's anything I'm going to change on that. Right, background music is easy enough to do, but I actually want to concentrate on coding my chicken, so we'll play the jumping sound when I press spacebar to make it jump. So I'll need to double click player movement to open up my script in Visual Studio, and I'm just going to simply add in, at this stage, a line of code which refers to it. So it's public audio source, and it needs to be the name of the file, so jumping, okay? Because that's the name of the audio file I want to play within, well, basically it's the name of that file there. That's why I've had to change it. And then down here, where my code is to make it jump when I press space, underneath that, I think I've just got to type in jumping dot play, and open close brackets, and a semicolon. So the jumping is referring to the name of the audio file, and play makes it play. So let me control S there, and I'll go back to the game, and a little bit of code then should update here on the right hand side. And again, we always look in the bottom left hand corner to see if anything says that it's not happy with that. And eventually, getting busy for a silly amount of seconds. It shouldn't really take that long, but come on, we will get there. Hold, come on, come on, come on. Yay, so it's uploaded, so it's updated to stay, and I haven't had any error messages. Right, now you think, job done. So I just press play and it makes that noise, but it actually doesn't. So what I need to do is add an empty object, and I'm going to call it jumping here so we know what the sound is for it. I'm actually going to drag jumping so it's actually here into it, and it appears right there in the middle of the screen. And we'll come back to kind of changing things in a moment with it. And all I need to do with my chicken, there will be within the code, so the little kind of script thing down here, then jumping appears. So where it says none, there is nothing kind of associated with the jumping variable which we set up within our code. So all I've got to do is grab jumping from here. I shouldn't have clicked on it actually. Let me just click back on that. Grab jumping and drag her across to there, and that should work. So if I press play, and it'll load up, it's probably going to take a few seconds now because it's the first time I've actually pressed play on the game, but it will eventually get there if you're very patient with me. Right, so it made the chicken noise, or the jumping noise, that's what it sounds like, as soon as I press play. So I need to come back and fix that. But let's just check. If I press left and right, I can move left and right. If I press space to jump, yay! So it works. But like I said, it made that noise straight away, which is a bit odd. So if I just click on jumping here, or even, oh there we are, it says, so I've selected it here and it's also selected there in the middle. It says play on awake. So that basically means when the game plays, it will make that noise straight away. And also down at the bottom, I can change the volume, I can change the pitch. And in fact, that was quite loud, so I'm going to knock it down to about 0.5. And if I press play again this time, now it shouldn't make the jumping noise again because I've unticked play on awake on the right hand side here, so it didn't. And if I press jump, then it does make noise, but not quite as loud as last time. So that's how you kind of make something, a sound play, when you add, when you want a character to jump, to die, to shoot, or whatever it might be. Now I've also got background music. So I'm just going to drag background music onto the scene and drop it in there. And as you can see, it appears up there on the left-hand side. Now I want this one, so background music, to play on awake, but I don't want it to be full volume, because if it's full volume at 1, then it's going over, you're not going to be able to hear the chicken jumping, and it's a bit pointless having music blasting and having all these sound files attached to things, and you can't actually hear them. So I'm actually going to knock that down to about 0.25. And I'm also going to click on loop, because that'll make it loop continuously. So I've been on a level for 5 minutes, and the song I think is about 3.5 minutes long, then it will continuously loop until something gets done, like finishing the level. So if I press play, and what should happen is music should play. It should play quite quietly, hopefully, and I can come back and adjust the volume and these bits and pieces if I need to. And when I jump, I should hear that quite clearly as well. Now that's actually quite loud. But if I press jump, yeah, so I'm going to knock that down even further to 0.1, so it's very subtle. And press play. And what you'll notice is it did actually start playing straight away. I didn't have to press anything. It played on awake. So when the game started, it started to play. That's a bit quieter. That's better. And I might... Yeah, so the jump actually sounds, I can hear it quite clearly over the top of it. So that's how you add sound. Now, wouldn't it be cool, but when I moved left and right, then I didn't fall off the screen or go off the screen. Wouldn't it be cool if the camera followed the chicken?